Hey there. Well, thank you. Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, I do what I can for you, my man. Even on the spur of the moment, last minute bonus flight. How are you guys? I actually been thinking about changing up that intro music there. I feel like I need a change of pace here, but cat jam. All right. Well, hey, here it is, you guys, and yeah, I guess I'll take it through its paces. I've got a little short route set up from I'm here at Nantucket, and we fly up to Plum Island. I've got the wind calm, clear. I'm not connected to VATSIM, so none of that. Oh, hey, I'm in a hangar, by the way. And yeah, we'll try a little hand flying. We'll try a little VOR to VOR navigation. We'll try a little. I should have flown the other way, honestly. Then I could have shot an ILS approach. Yeah. Watch the video. The autopilot is only able to follow nav 1. You know what? I don't know. We're going to find out all that stuff. All I've done so far is I have flown a pattern with it, and just to see if I could actually get it started. So let's do this. We're going to actually fly the other way. We're going to fly from Plum Island down to Nantucket. That was dumb of me. I should have done it that way. And then we'll shoot an approach into Nantucket. We'll set up a little ILS, and like I say, we'll see if it tracks VORs. We'll just do the whole shooting match here. Let's see. What do we want to do? I think we'll just do this. Again, we're not talking to anybody, so we're just gonna just mess around. We'll go to Boston. We'll come out here to this intersection, Gales. All right, all right, all right. Not doing 335, that's for sure. And probably what? Like 7,500, I don't know. We could probably go a little higher than that. The surface ceiling I think on this baby is like 20,000. So all right, we'll just set that as our general flight plan. We'll see how much of that we can put in, and yeah, let's give it a test. I honestly don't know, and so it's got the typical yoke hiding. It's separate, independent from both sides. It's got the Just Flight menu, which if you're familiar with that, you'll recognize all this. Um, I've got the checklist open on the other page here, guys. This is what it looks like, though. We'll roughly follow through that. I mean, we won't do every little thing probably, but it does give a good checklist. I could show you guys this as well while I've got you here. It has good documentation. Just Flight always does a nice job of providing good documentation. And again, I've just kind of been reading through it a little bit. So it's got the operations manual and then the operating data manual, and both of those are pretty complete, and gives you good information on all of the stuff that you've got. The operation data manual gives you actually the like whoops gives you the actual charts to look at, so you can get all this. I mean, you can get as nerdy as you want with these planes. So and then this is just a licensing agreement that comes with it also. It does also, though, it includes a little change log, and so this is it was released back in March of 2019, so a little bit on the older side, but actually not as old as I thought. I thought this thing was like 3 or 4 years old. So, but since then they've been pretty active, and they've updated it April uh, 2019, January, and September of last year, and just some kind of minor things here. it does seem to indicate that if you had the GTN 750, you'd be able to integrate that as well. So for those of you that like that, that's there. But pretty much the last one was just kind of updating to 11.5, and there's a new version of Blender out, so they've kind of updated their 3D files for that. So yeah, September of this year, September of 20. Yeah, is that? Yeah. So back last fall, basically. So two updates. Yeah, I guess I'm saying last year. It's almost 21 in my mind. So two updates this year and one update the year before. So, I feel like Thuranda, that's one thing that they bring to the table when they partner with you is just kind of a sense of, continuing to improve and get better. And pretty much all their aircraft kind of have that history. And I don't know how much of this Thuranda had a hand in. It really does feel mostly like the other. I don't have a lot of just flight planes. I've got the Turbo Arrow. It feels a lot like that in terms of just the ease and um, flight model, and but also the quality. I mean, like these circuit breakers are all modeled, and so it's kind of cool. I haven't went through all the different switches and knobs, but pretty much everything opens and closes, and it does have. I would assume it has a fairly extensive range of failures that you can have if you don't treat it right. So, anyway, yeah, like I say, so far, good first impression. Yeah, they are indeed. And so, yeah, I mean, you've got all kinds of good stuff here, cross feeds and stuff, cowl flaps, carb heat. And I think this is probably the, everybody has that noise canceling headphone thing that you can put on when we get started. Um, and then interior modeling, I think the exterior model looks great. Interior modeling is it's nice as well. I mean, nothing crazy, but looks, I think, pretty solid. I've got a couple of views set up here. You can kind of look out and see, and yeah. So anyway, I'll have the sounds turned up as well, just so you guys can kind of hear everything. And if they get to be too crazy loud, let me know, and I'll turn those off. But let me see if I can get this thing started here. Parking brake is set. That's kind of over here, hidden away. Yep, it is set. Avionics. That needs to be, I think this is avionics. Yes, it is. That should be off. Mags are currently off. It's got these cool old school mags with this little push to prime thing. That's pretty dang cool. We can go ahead and turn the battery on, check the fuel. Where's the fuel quantity? Fuel. Yeah, about half tank. Not quite. Hopefully that's enough. Actually, we should check to make sure that matches. Let me do that. So, yeah, so I've got internally we could go almost 5 hours of fuel, so put 2.5 hours there. That should give us about half a tank. Let's see what that shows. Maybe a little under half a tank there. Good fixins. The 310L is a better aircraft. I'll just tell you that right now. The 310L is overall a better aircraft. But that's not saying that this is a bad aircraft. But I like the 310L just because of that old school. I mean, really, really old school. Autopilot and navigation system. But yeah, the thing about this though is that it's like normally $45 and it's half off right now, and I've never seen it on sale. And that was my whole thing is I said, well, if it ever goes on sale, then I'll really give it some serious consideration. And sure enough, it did. So I'm like, all right, what the heck? All the oil, I think everything else is alive and doing good there. We're supposed to check the rudder trim and all that business here as well. Yeah, you and me both, Fixins. So the rudder, that's I'd say pretty well zeroed out. I think the Cheyenne, the Piper Cheyenne comes as close to the Duke as I've seen, and yeah, this one feels like I say, this one feels more like the Turbo Arrow that I have. It really does. It's the T-tail. It's got, it's a twin, not a single, but kind of T-tailed, sort of that same flight dynamic, that same feel, kind of that same speed range, and it's light and very maneuverable. Okay. All right. So brakes are set, landing gears down, circuit breakers are all in. You do have to check those. Cowl flaps are open. They are. Down is closed, up is open. Carb heat, it does give you up and down. I'm assuming that up, whoa, gosh. I'm assuming up is off. Yep, up, carb heat off. Okay, so we got those off. Fuel selectors are on. And that, I think, is down here. Fuel selectors. Yep, they're both on. Looks like you could cross-feed them if you wanted to. Okay. And then the battery alternators are going to come on as well, and we're ready to get started. Good click sounds. You know, pretty comparable. I mean, to what you see on other planes. But let's do this. Mixture. It's the old classic. Oh, geez, I had these way up here. Mixture rich, RPM, propeller high RPM, crack the throttle type of deal. We do need to put the aux pumps on. And we're going to put the mags on to both. We're going to give it a shot of primer. Can't really hear that, but just a little quick shot of primer. Let me zoom back out, make sure this thing starts. Yep, easy to start. And all the gauges look good. Oil pressure, fuel pressure, oil temp looks like it's coming up ever so slowly. Yeah. So kind of a trademark, I think, of Just Flight planes is the fact that they really are super easy to start. And I don't know if that's, get that little shot of primer. I don't know if that's really how they are, but it's appreciated. Like when you're trying to start the 310L and it's a beast and a bear. So okay, those are we're good there. Throttle is at 1,000 to 1,200. We're checking all of our temperatures. Those all look good. Pressures all look good. Everything else is in the green. So good fixins. I guess I don't know how to compare it to the Baron. I would tell you that I am guessing it appears to be a smaller and lighter and not as powerful plane as the Baron. It is definitely not like the turbine Duke that we're used to. Yeah, it's not going to hold a candle to that, but this is also a piston pounder, so it's kind of a little bit of a different category as well. Not as quick as the 310L, and that's really the only other twin piston I have. Like I say, top speed of this guy is about 155, and I don't know that we'll approach that. Sounds are decent, and a little bit of an F mod there, not as much as you would expect if you were opening this sucker up right next to I mean, you can. I don't know if you could hear a little bit of a change in sound, but I mean, I would think you'd really hear a lot there. Yeah, a little less all around. Yeah, it feels to me like you'd go like this would come in progression. Like you'd get your certificate on the single, and then you would look for an entry level twin, and this kind of would be it. I don't know, maybe not. I think I can turn the aux pumps off here. They're noisy. Holy cow. We'll get the avionics and weather radar. It does have a weather radar. This has no anti-icing. It has pitot heat and it has cabin heat, but it's not certified for icing conditions. That was one thing I did read before the stream there that I thought was interesting, especially this time of year. But kind of the typical default GNS 430, which I'm actually good with. I like it. I think this is a nice. I think this is a nice default. Let's just see how easy it is to put this in here. So we're going to go from there. We're going to go to Nantucket. Yeah, it's functioning very, very well, just like you would expect, just like everything else there. The Seminole, yeah, maybe. Again, I don't know. And I don't know what the X-Plane Duke is like either. I really don't. I can't compare that either. So we're gonna go Boston. Whoops. So I won't be able to put any airways in because this is the defaults. But we can pretty much everything is point to point. So just because we need the airway doesn't, or just because the airway's in our flight plan doesn't mean we have to follow it per se. Gales. Okay. And then ACK. So this pretty much updated automatically to my updated X-Plane Navigraph data. I didn't have any kind of a warning about, you know, not having you know, up-to-date AIRAC and all that good stuff. I'm going to put in let's see, that's an interesting sound. 2280. I should have maybe connected just to check the radios out. That's okay. We'll go with this. Let's set Boston at 112.7. We'll test out that on the way out. And we should be departing on about about 209 heading, I think. Doesn't look like that came to life just yet, so that's kind of maybe what you're saying. Oh, I'm sorry, that's nav 2. That's kind of what you were saying, Fixins, is we're thinking it only tracks nav 1. Is there a secondary? Yeah, there is a secondary OBS down here. It'd be interesting to see if that comes alive or if it doesn't. And Kenny Monster checking in. Hello, Kenny. Kenny survived the Mississippi mud run there that we did a little while ago, so that's good to see you back. Hope you got a little bit of rest and had a good rest of your afternoon. Looking forward to practicing that up a little bit and rolling that out again later on. All right. Did that come alive? No, that's not come alive yet. 112.7 and 209 heading. All right, well, like I say, we're going to just test it out and see. Whoa, boy. 210. That's where we want to be at eventually here. And let's see, this appears to be functioning like it should be. actually 2200. No VAT sim, as mentioned. So, all right, 12.7, 12.7, and 22.8, 22.8. Yeah, interesting. So nav 10. Do I have to turn that on? Maybe. No. That's just for the, probably for the beacon sound. Maybe not. Com 2, nav 2. Let's just turn them all on. See what happens. Okay. I think we should be warmed up here, hopefully. And 2.9 or 9 or 2 I think is what I need, because like I say, I have manually set the weather to beautiful, gorgeous here. 2.9 or 9 or 2. That's 1, 2. Pretty close, I think. Oh, yeah, man. Is there a Minneapolis event tonight? That's cool. I didn't know that. Kenny will be up there. I know he will be. We may have to buzz over there too a little bit later on. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Where am I at? There's the end. That's runway 10. Let's go down to 10. Taxi's nice. Doesn't try to get away from you. It's not overly sensitive with the rudders. It's one thing I do like about this plane is it's one of those where you have to push and hold to set the flaps. So you got to sort of pay attention, and there's a little gauge down there. Yeah, runway 10. That'll be our boy here. Let's test the turning radius of this. 30 degrees is what it says, and I don't know if it free casters at a certain point or not, but that's not bad. Okay, so let's come down here. We're set the flaps. I'm assuming flaps 10 is probably typical. So we'll go down here to flaps 10. Okay, looks good. Rob's already in bed. We're on vacation, man. On vacation. All right, so avionics. Oh, I forgot to turn on lights here, guys. So taxis were on. Nav and landing strobes, they all will come on. Pitot heat might as well come on. Here's the autopilot on, but I think you have to turn that on, and then you have to also, where is the autopilot? It's in a weird spot. Yeah, then you have to engage it over here, but that autopilot on, I think, sends power to the old Century 4. So we'll mess with that here in a little bit. Okay, let's get the heading bug set, and I don't think there is a, I don't know that you can set an altitude. No, I don't know. I think you have to just, I think you just have to capture the altitude on this one. I don't know if you can preset it. So, how are you liking that 7.6? Good fixins? Looks like a cool plane. Miami to Seattle, man, that's a short hop for that bad boy. How are the nav buttons for sound? Are you talking about setting them up here in the autopilot, or just kind of your typical high click, you know? Or down here, you talk about these buttons here. Nothing down here, obviously. Okay, well, I hope once we get airborne that we kind of pick that up, because that's going to be interesting. Oh, these guys, yeah, I kind of feel like those are just marker sounds, probably, aren't they? I don't think that we need them. In fact, I'm going to just do this. We're going to turn the nav off. I'm not going to worry about monitoring COM2 either. And we have any kind of we don't have any DME just yet either, so so there's no switch to follow. Well, I think there's got to be something here, guys, doesn't there? I mean, I don't know. Is this the old weather 8? We got uh-oh. That guy. Alright, so I found some stuff that doesn't look like this maybe is modeled. I don't know. I've not seen any click spots, but this, we can push this on for the weather radar. We'll see. Well, there won't be anything because I have the weather turned off. Alright, well, we're just gonna fly it here, and what do you think? Rotation speed got to be around what, between 60 and 70. Downwind, how are you? It's okay. We're trying to figure it out here and learn together. Let's see, ground check. There's a little bit of a run-up procedure. We won't worry about that. Okay, battery switch on, alternators on, fuel selectors on, aux pumps come back on before takeoff. Carb heat off. It is. It's up. It's off. The mixture rich prop to high RPM. Mags are on both. Flaps are set. Trim is set. Maybe I'll pull the trim back just a tiny, nose it up just a little bit. Controls are free. Doors are all closed. Yeah, it's a nice looking plane. I mean, it's got nice lines to it. I like the T-tail, of course. They fly a little different than other planes, but okay, here we go. Power up. We're gonna take the RPMs up to the red line. We're gonna wiggle all over the place. Airspeed's alive. Yep, I'm squealing the tires. I'm all over the place. There's getting light on the nose. Up we go. And then we're going to not crash into the camper at the end of the runway. Alright, positive brake. Gear up. That's nice. That's very nice. Very nice. Nice and level, steady level flight. We're heading due east, basically, which we need to make a right-hand turn. Okay, pull the flaps up. And I'm going to pull the RPMs back to, I don't know, about 25, 24, 25. I'm going to go ahead and increase the manifold pressure up there to the top end of the green. Okay. See if we can make a halfway coordinated turn here. Very stable, feels like to me. Pretty easy to fly. And we do have nav 1. Nothing in nav 2 just yet, although I have a green line here. I wonder what that green line is telling me. If that's something, I don't know. Alright. So let's see if we can do this. Let's go, actually, let me do this first. Let's update the heading bug. Ooh, it has that update switch. I like that. Let's go heading mode. Let's capture the altitude right now, and as soon as you click something, it turns the heading on. All right, very good. And it's going to level us out here at what, about 2,000 or so. We're going to try to see if we can intercept this radial. We're getting a DME now. Inbound to Boston is what it should be. Yep, 25 miles and closing. Cool. How's our pressures? Are all good? We're in the green there. Airspeed is up. Oh, it's getting up there too. We're going to be 150. That's cool. All right. I'm flying from Plum Island, which is non-lighted, by the way. Plum Island to down to Nantucket. Okay, so let's just do this. Let's pitch up, give it a couple of clicks. 5 clicks. What's that give us here? How much? Is that going to give us 500? Yeah, pretty close. We'll take it on up to. Yep, that's what I hear. That's what I hear. Yeah, Vixens, I'm with you, man. I don't know about that. Does it have any kind of an IAS mode? No, it does not have an IAS mode. So that's interesting. Nav, approach, reverse, GA, that's got to be go around, GS, and ALT. What's GS? I wonder. Glide slope? I don't know what GS means. We'll have to research that on the trip. Okay, let's see if we can go intercept this heading. Wait, I'm going north. I don't want to be going north. Why? I'm going the wrong way. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm going. I saw that and my old eyes thought that was north. 240 heading. That's pretty good. Glide, is that what it is? So Rob, is that like the equivalent of descent mode maybe then? Like if you're wanting to start heading down, that's what you hit? I don't know. I don't even know. Like almost a VNAV type of deal. I've never seen that before. Okay, cool. All right, so we've got above 300 feet, flaps up, brakes up. Yep. Climb. Aux pumps can come off above 1,000. Mixture stays full rich. Throttles. Oh, they say throttles full power. All right, we're walling it, and as you can see, yeah, we're well in the manifold pressure limits here. So optimum climb speed, by the way, was 85 knots. So we're definitely we're more of a VY than a VX right now. So that's okay. We're only getting. I guess we could go. That's telling me to go another 5 clicks. 2, 3, 4, 5. We can go 1,000. Let's try to get that speed down around 85. Oh yeah, there's the blue line. I always thought we're supposed to be above the blue line when you're climbing. Okay, so this to me. Oh gosh, we're on it. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go to nav mode. Let's track that VOR here. See how well it grabs it. This is almost working like an ADF right now. It's sort of just pointing at the pointing where we're going. So let's do this. What if I change nav 2 and let's see about like we have Lawrence 112.5. And that's just off to our right. Is that? Oh yeah, so that's working. So that's pointing towards Lawrence. But it's more like an ADF than it is a VOR. Interesting. So I wonder what would happen if we. Is there a way? I guess that's the $100 question. Is there a way to switch and engage nav 2? I don't know. I'll have to research that. But it's definitely tracking. I mean, it's definitely pointing towards that VOR. And it's one of those you've got to update. Got to update to track your heading as well here. So, all right, let's see. We were gonna go up to I don't even know 7,000. Go up to 7,000. Okay. Yeah, good looking plane. Again, that's, I don't know if that's, I do see this as kind of a twin trainer type of aircraft for sure. All right, so here we go. We are closing in 11 miles to Boston. Yep, Plum Island to Boston, 11 out. We'll level at 7, and we'll just kind of see what this baby can do. No, this was a recent addition, Kenny. It's on sale right now at the Just Flight store. It kind of snuck up on me, to be honest. I was just messing around the other day, and I just thought I would do a Christmas, I don't even know what the search was, but just X-Plane Christmas sale or something like that. Of course, they had all the ones from like 2018 and 2017, and then about like 3/4 of the way down the page, there was Just Flight. I'm like, really? These guys are pretty major. And of course, it's not on the org store, so I didn't see that, which is too bad. But I did have some Just Flight points, so I not only did I save the whatever 40% or whatever it is off, but I saved it even a little bit more because I cashed in my points. All right, there's 7,000. Let's level off here. ALT and yeah, fly this baby. Now wait a second. What? Maybe this guy. Maybe this is an ADF. I'm kind of seeing that right now. Maybe this is nav 2. So we would be. All right, yeah. That's okay. Now we're cooking with butter. So let me put this guy back over here then, and let's track Boston. 1270, and I should be again about 209 is what I was shooting for. So let me go all the way around 209. There's 200, yeah, 209ish. It doesn't totally agree, I don't think, with the with nav 1, which is not uncommon, but the autopilot won't follow nav 2. It doesn't appear to. It appears that this is indeed only talking to nav 1. There was something though down here. I was just looking at it, and it was a way to slave and master something. I don't know if it was related to the nav or not. Coming up on Boston, by the way. Here's what we'll do after Boston. We're going to go ahead. We'll jump on the. We'll actually jump on the GPS. We'll track that for a little while. I should have put this guy on here. Okay, let's go. Let's go heading mode. Change this guy over to GPS. Let's just see how it tracks now, GPS wise. A little bit of an adjustment, but not bad. All right, trying to do too many things at once. Let me get my route pulled up here in Navigraph charts so we can actually see how close we are to flying the actual route. So far, it appears to be doing pretty well. Except for it doesn't know where B2B is, KPOS. Alright, we'll just do that. Go Boston to Nantucket, put in a little bit of what's left of our route. There's the turn, heading a little bit more to the east. And here's where we should be. Let's see how close we are. Are we making the turn? Are we tracking it? I think we might be. think we might be. All right, we'll come back to that here in a little bit. No, not really. For a couple of reasons. Number one, my old Duke was a turbine, so just a lot faster, lot more aerodynamic, just a whole different feel. This one here, to me, feels. Hey, Slant, how are you, man? Good to see you, Mr. Shearman Jr. This one to me feels. I keep coming back to it, and it's going to sound crazy. This feels like a little bit like the Turbo Aero. It feels lighter. It's more responsive. It's not as fast and not as powerful. It's like a step down from the Baron, basically. But I think the Baron is going to give you, and Rob, you can confirm or deny this, but I think the Baron's going to give you a good solid like 160. Pretty much the whole way, if not even a little bit more. So it's I think the Duke could get up in a little higher in the flight levels. Baron can get up there a little bit higher. This thing tops out at like 20,000. The Duke had anti-icing. The Baron has anti-icing. This doesn't. And yeah, so. It's just like a little scale. It's like a little JV version of everything. But that said, I mean, I like it. I do. I am a fan of Just Flight, and I'm a fan of Thranduil, and I'm a fan of anything that is the love child of Just Flight and Thranduil. Okay, so far we've tested out the, we went VOR to VOR using radio navigation. Now we're on GPS mode. We are currently, this is just kind of pointing where we left it. It's not following the actual track, but we are also using Navigraph charts to just make sure that we're going where we should be going. I have all the weather completely turned off because this thing, like I mentioned, has no anti-icing. I don't know what the suggested cruise settings are, so I'm just kind of leaving it at 25 and 22. It seems like all my pressures are in good shape. My oil temperatures are a little bit low, and as are the cylinder head temps. So would that indicate maybe I should put a little carb heat on? Should we put some carb heat on and see what happens? Let's just nudge it down just a little bit here. Yep, so it has the cowl vents here, and oh, they're open right now, so maybe I should close them up a little bit as well here. So I'm going to turn the carb heat off. Let's just see what the cowls do. I should have, yeah. Let's see what that does to our temps. Nothing really initially here. Cylinder head, I would expect to see that slowly climb. Oil temps, maybe those are coming up a little bit. Yeah, they're rising. I can see. Now let's just close them all the way. So as that closes, that should also, by the way, give us a little bit of an impact on our engine performance. Perhaps not. I'm still very new to twin pistons, so I'm not sure. And I am above 7,000, so theoretically I should, well, I would think if you close the cowls, it should give you a little bit more airspeed. Not a lot, but a little. One thing I'm going to do though is I haven't leaned my mixture. So let's see what that does to us here. It does have, let's see, where's the EGT? Where are you Is that it? Will I be? What will I be basing to you guys? What will I be basing off my my leaning out? Is there? Oh, there it is. EGT. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm super cold right now. Holy cow! All right, so let's lean. I'm going to lean a little bit here. Hey, Dave Brandon, how are you, man? I'm messing around in the Dutchess. So here we go. We'll lean it out. Lean it out. I don't really see anything happening as far as, oh, there comes the EGT. It's on the rise. It's slowly coming up. Continuing to lean, continuing to lean. Let's see where it peaks out here. You're supposed to go, it says 25 to 50 degrees, rich of peak is what they say. So they've ended the debate, lean of peak, rich of peak. Yep, getting a little bit more performance, for sure. Still leaning, still leaning. Still leaning. Wow. Still leaning. There it is. Okay, so there's where it peaks out. And that's kind of nice. It sets those markers for me. Very cool. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bump it back up. There's 10. There's 20 coming up. That second mark is 20. There's 25 to there's about 30. So that was kind of nice. In the Cessna 210, you have to manually set that, but there is the high temperature mark. Yeah, I like that. That was cool. Okay, and so we're getting, you know, what, almost 5 more knots, and we're not burning as much fuel. It doesn't look like it has a fuel usage per hour gauge anywhere. It may, but I just don't know where it's at. Oh, let's test out. We were going to test out the noise canceling headphones. It helps a little bit. I'll be honest with you, the better one for that is just over here, this guy. That turns everything down. I'll leave it up so you can hear it though. Is Baltimore going to make the playoffs? They're dangerous, man, but they're just not very consistent. Okay, so we're coming up on our next turn right out here. This is the Gales intersection. And then I think what I'll do after that is I'm going to track inbound. We'll jump back to radio navigation. We'll track inbound towards Nantucket 16.2. Let's see how we do. We tracked outbound like a champ. Let's see about tracking inbound. And in the meantime, I was going to look, how much do I have? 23 miles. There's a little bit of discussion and debate here on whether or not you can track. Okay. Maybe this answers the question right here. Can we use nav2 to drive the GPS? This looks to me like gauge number 8. Yep, that's driven by nav1. VOR2 ILS indicator. That's number 15. So this is the ILS indicator. Interesting. Driven by nav2. That kind of tells me that there's got to be a way to use that. So let's see if we can maybe I can go over to the gauges here. There we go. All right. So audio, yeah. So that is the audio selector panel. You were right about that, Good Fixins, or Rob, whoever was talking about that. That's just going to give you the marker beacons and stuff. Nav 1, Nav 2. I mean, it doesn't make sense that that they would make a COM2 and a Nav 2 if you couldn't use it. But I've been wrong before. Don't see anything there. Don't see anything there. Okay, here we go. COM1 Nav1 GPS. Okay, so that's what we're running off of right now. Okay, the COM2 Nav2 radio. How do we switch? That's the question. Rotate the power to the on. Yeah, we already got power on because we're looking at it. You turn the volume up. Mode selector. This is the ADF. Frequency selector. Transponder. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that more. But like I say, I would be super surprised if it didn't give you a way to use both. But that said, I don't really see anything just right off of the off the top here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is just a visual reference. I don't know. All right. Well, I will dig into that. And the question downwind sim is, so we have a nav 1 up here, which is what we're seeing right here in the first OBS. But we also have a nav 2 down here, COM2 nav 2, which is being indicated down here. But we don't know how you actually switch between the two and let the autopilot work off of nav 2. Yeah, so that's what we don't know. The other thing I should have looked for is to see if we had any ADFs in the area. I don't think we do. I think we do. All right. Well, anyway. Yeah, and I only have one other aircraft, and it just has an even simpler autopilot than this one. It doesn't have. I don't even think I have a GPS in it at all. All I can do is radio navigation. So, but it does seem strange that they would have two in there if you couldn't use this one in some way, shape, or form. All right, let's do this while we have a little bit of time. Let's go to the procedures page. Where's the procedures page? I need the procedures page. Menu. How does this work? Flight plan. Menu. No, that's not how this works. Flight plan. Do I not have the ability? Maybe I don't have the ability to shoot an ILS through the GPS. All right. Just for visual reference, when disengaging the autopilot to follow the ILS approach, is Rob's question. Perhaps Perhaps. Okay, it could be. It could be. We're about to turn here. So let's do this. Let's plan ILS 24. More or less be coming right toward it. So 1091 and 241. We'll set that in there. We'll see how well it does. Wait, we were going to track and tuck it 16.1. Let's put that in first. 16.1. And then what do we say? 109. 109.1. Okay. All right. Those navs, those radios are set up for the ILS. And how about this? Let's do some messing around here. Let's turn the autopilot off, and let's work. Let's check out the stall characteristics here. Let's just see. Let's give it a little bit of a test as far as that goes. Nose up. Airspeed's dropping. Holding pretty steady. Getting a little bit spongy. Wow. That's power on is I am not actually getting it to be able to stall. Wow, interesting. Okay, let's pull the power back and let's see how it goes here. Nose is dropping now. Okay. That's interesting. So it never really did kind of toss you to the side like happens sometimes. I don't know if it was like auto trimming or what, but all right, let's try that again. Straight and level. Okay. We're gonna pull the power back, pitch up. Make sure that there we go. There's the stall horn. There we go. Coming to the side. Man, pretty stable. Pretty stable. Nose down. Get the speed back in. About one more time here. I don't know if that's the T-tail or just the flight model or what, but that's a pretty stable stall. Not bad, not bad. Okay. Yeah, easy plane to fly. Easy plane to fly. Trim it out. Let's just trim it out here, and let's just go hands off here. Try to trim it for about, yeah, let's see if we can trim it for about 100 miles, 100 knots. See how it does. Kind of wanting to lean a little bit to the left here, but it could just be the winds aloft here. All right, trim. Power back. All right. That's going to be pretty close, I think. Yeah, it just wants to kind of wants to dip. Kind of wants to dip to the left a little bit here. But otherwise, stable. Yeah, good, very good, very good. I still have the ALT on, and that makes a difference. Oh, ATT on. Oh, I don't know. We'll just turn it completely off. There we go. Let's see if that really does, if that affects anything here. We'll go power off stall. Okay, here we go, pitching up. Yeah, still, I mean, all in all, stays under control pretty well. Kind of rights itself here. I haven't really touched the trim. Just not really touching the yoke. I'm just sort of keeping it level. And yeah, pretty stable overall plane, I think. So let's try some steep turns here. Let's just see how we do. See if we can keep a standard. Let's go standard turn to start. See how well we do. Keeping it level. Not very good, but actually this is kind of standard for me. Here we go, all the way around. One way. Not bad, not bad. And can he go right? Yep, not keeping it very level. That's not the plane, I think that's the pilot. A little past standard. Easy. Easy, girl. Yeah, my right-hand turns are always worse than my left. Always. Alright, let's see if we can induce a stall in the turn. Just for fun. Why not? Alright, here we go. Well, yeah, it stayed pretty stable. Kept the speed okay. Let's go the other way. I'll even pull back. I'll go just total idle throttle here. There we go. We lost a little bit of our nose there. And pitch down. Airspeed coming back. Yeah. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah. All right. Enough horsing around. There's some stall characteristics again. Like I say, not a real pilot. No idea how accurate that is from a simmer's perspective. What I can tell you is that was pretty recoverable. And from a guy who has managed to stall almost every aircraft that the X-Plane developers make, that's a nice thing. Alright, so back on track here. Let's get back at least on heading mode. Let's figure out where the heck we are. Autopilot power on. Heading mode. Know if that's approach mode. Heading mode. And let's capture the we did drop a little bit in altitude, didn't we? Ah, gosh darn. Good guessing. Good guessing. ALT. I'm going to have to make a little cheat sheet for myself. There it is. Okay. Alright, let's get stable here. Let's get the manifold pressure back up to the wall. And, alright, where in the world is Melvin Leroy? I think I'm way east of course right now. So we'll turn, we'll get kind of back on. This guy's pointing, I think, to Nantucket. So Nantucket is 16.2, is that what we have set there? 16.1. Wait a second, not 16.1. That's a mess up on my part. Okay. 16.2. That's direct Nantucket. Let's see where we're at. How far do we have to keep going? I'm a ways yet. Yeah, we're quite a ways. Wait, can't be that far off. That must not be tracking. Yeah, I don't think it is. Okay. We're just not too far away yet. Or are we just not picking up? Nantucket is 16.2. Just for the heck of it. 16.2. Pop that over. Is that doing anything? Yeah, that one's tracking. All right, interesting. Where would I need to go? Or maybe it's not. Oh yeah, there it is. It's telling me about a 175 heading will get me there. Okay. Let's turn 175. I wonder why that's. Gosh darn it. Scroll zoom is the bane of all scroll guys like me, middle wheel scroll guys. Alright, so that's interesting. Oh, I'm still on GPS mode? Ah, yep. Correctamundo. V-lock. Yep, there we go. Rob? What don't you know? Yep. There it is. Alright, so we'll go direct to, and we will set up the ILS. Boom, shakalaka. I have 1091 set up. We're 22 miles away from Nantucket right now. So we actually are probably needing to be looking at this ILS approach. And again, totally cheating just because Sunday night. Guess that makes it all right. ILS 24. We need to. Yeah, we're gonna need to kind of vector ourselves. We're sort of, I mean, just by virtue of heading towards Nantucket, we're kind of on a semi-right base, but we definitely want to give ourselves a little bit of wiggle room here. So I'll probably go a little further, maybe get to within about 10 miles or so, and then yeah, so about 10 miles, and then we'll go ahead and officially make our right, enter the right base. 109.1. Let's get that set in here. So here's where this guy is going to help us out a little bit, right? Because that's now set for the ILS, and I need 241 is my approach course. Okay, there's 241. Let's center that up. Oh crud! I just changed the wrong one. Holy moly! What in the world am I doing? Yeah, first time ever flying radio navigation, guys. Apologize. 241. Okay. This time I mean it for real. 241. 2 from nothing is on yet. Glide slope. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we do. There's the Isle of Nantucket, where the billionaires frolic. And I could stand to be at about 2,000 waves. The waves, no, the initial fix, oh booby, is out there at about 12.6. They need to be down 2,000 by then, so let's do that. Let's pitch down. Let's do the glide slope. So Alright, so if that works like IAS mode, I need to pull the power back. And oh, it's automatically doing it for me. How nice. Nope, let's punch glide slope. Now that's just part of the approach mode, isn't it? Okay, so that's I'm not ready to arm that. That comes on with that. Okay. Alright. We just have to vertical speed it down. That's okay, I need to slow down a little bit anyway to get flaps range. I love that. I wonder where they were at. Steered 358 for north. Okay. Stay focused. Anything you guys want to see me do before we put her down in Nantucket? I mean, we still have a few miles here, guys. 13 miles until I kind of start to Victor. Thanks, Kenny. Kenny's still awake. I haven't put everybody to sleep yet. So I kind of feel right now like this plane, and again, I'm making this judgment based off of a whopping 1.2999 hours, but I really feel like this plane falls right in with the other Just Flight plane that I have, and in that, why am I not still on nav? There we go. It's just really, oops, down. It's just really solid from top to bottom. There's just no like big glaring mistakes. I mean, it's the only thing that's kind of in question, and it may very well be that that's the way it is in the real airplane, is nav 2, there's no way to make the GPS follow nav 2, make the autopilot follow nav 2. That might be the way the real plane is. I mean, I don't know. Okay, we're about 10 miles. The other thing about Just Flight that I found, and on my second plane yet, again, not a ton of experience with them, but I've flown the Turbo Aero enough to know that the other thing about Just Flight is when you install it, it works. There's not a bunch of tweaking, and you don't have to be running around forums to figure stuff out, troubleshoot this and that. It just works. I would say it's one of the easier planes to fly. We're going to go ahead and we're going to turn this to 241 now. We're going to get officially on this right base. All the buttons are working good, click spots are good. I have trouble always with the zoom and all this and that. You guys know that about me, but everything just kind of works. So, well, you missed a bunch. I just said a bunch of complimentary things about you, Rob. So I'm sorry you weren't here. But yeah, sorry. You're gonna have to just watch back and see. Now, you know, the modeling, the texturing, everything looks great as well. And let's flip this over. Integrates really nicely with current X-Plane technology, current X-Plane GPS. And I imagine if a guy has POD has determined this is a lie. I imagine that the nav 1, nav 2 thing is a non-issue once you put that sexy GTN 750 in there. Yeah, That's the ticket right there. Okay, I don't have an ILS just yet. Am I too far away? I'm only 6 miles from Nantucket. I should be closing in here. Maybe I'll vector myself toward it just a little bit here. I'm almost. Actually, I'm good, man. That looks to me like I am actually direct waves, so I'm good to go. I only want to see if it grabs the glide slope and or localizer or both, and then we'll just hand fly it in, and I'll show you what kind of a landing I can do in this thing. As soon as I say it's super stable, watch me go in and cartwheel it down the shores of. Oh, hey, there we go. Localizer is actually coming in too, so let's make a little turn and try to intercept this at a little bit more gentle angle. Here comes trouble. Book has been acquired. Must be about time for bed, huh, Fred? Huh? 10 to play? Okay, sweet. Sounds good. And we're down through 2,000. How about, oh, we're below the glide slope already, so we need to, we're not going to capture anything unless, I'm sorry, we're above the glide slope. We're not going to capture anything. We're going to get below that bad boy. So let's punch it down here, drop the nose. Rescue dog. First of all, hello. Secondly, great name. Thirdly, this is the Beechcraft Dutchess, and it is currently on sale at the Just Flight store, and I am giving a couple guys who are on the fence about picking it up, I'm giving them a little sneak peek here. And so yeah, we're just about to Nantucket. There's the airfield. We're going to be cutting it kind of tight here for this ILS approach, to be totally honest with you, but yeah, it's okay. Let's level off and let's just see what happens here. We can always do a go around. Yep, here comes the glide slope. I'm not gonna get it here, am I? I'm gonna have to continue to descend. I have to continue to descend, or I'm not gonna pick up the glide. All right, let's arm it. And we are below, so we've got a fighting shot. Could probably cut some speed here, and we're gonna really overshoot this localizer probably because we're going so fast. Okay, first notch of flaps coming in right on the turn. That's textbook, right out of the POH. Okay, can I arm the altitude here? Let's level off. Let's bring the glide slope into play. Let's see if it grabs it. Gear coming down. Okay, there comes the glide slope. And it looks to me like, yeah, it looks like it's got both. Alright, very cool. We'll call that a win. We're going to turn the autopilot off and we're going to fly it in the rest of the way by hand. Second notch of flaps are in. I'm going to try to get it down to the red line here for the ref. I'm getting a little bit high. There's flaps 30. I think I have one more setting of flaps if I want it. What I really want to do is get on the glide slope. But nice long runway here. We don't have to rush it. Just slightly above, I believe. Interesting though, when I turned off the GPS, or sorry, when I turned off the autopilot, my glide slope and localizer in nav 1 went away. The one in nav 2 is still there, and it's showing me I'm actually well high, so that's not good. Alright, let's flare it out here. And easy, easy. Oh, yeah. Probably a little firm, but second landing ever. Not bad. Yeah, so that is where that nav 2 will come in handy. Why doesn't the beta range work? Oh, it's a piston. Are there any pistons that have beta range, do you know? Alright, let's take a look at the replay. Alt-R. Bag it up, bag it up, bag it up. Can't blame the wind. Usually when I'm coming into Nantucket, I have the built-in, oh man, terrible crosswind excuse, but not here. Oh, that was a little left to center and maybe a smidge firm. I kind of never really did flare it out. I just sort of like lazily rounded it out. Just tried to get lucky. Looks fairly stable right there. Chase it down the runway. Yeah, I never really did flare it out. Just kind of slid it all the way down there. Would have been nice if I'd have rounded that out just a little bit better. Oh. Let's be all judgy up in the tower. Actually looks halfway stable. Add a little bit of power to kind of arrest the descent. That I did, but I just kind of ended up like way too high. Yeah, I just kind of dropped that last little bit. Couple more views here. Couple more views. Got the old number 9. I probably could have kept the power in just a little bit longer, maybe. I don't know. I just timing the flare, right? That's what it's all about. Time that flare, and life is good. Mistime it, and you're on Flight Sim Bests. How does it look from the downwind sim seat? Passable. Very survivable. So let's see. Let's see here. Rescue Dog, thank you so much, by the way, for the follow. Welcome to Prop Culture. This is what I do here. I like to fly things with propellers in front of them, although you will catch me from time to time in a vintage airliner, because that does tend to be my little weak spot. But anyway, this was just a completely impromptu stream, and the goal was to just give everybody a look at this in case you want to go grab it. I mean, I'm not sponsored by Just Flight. I'm not sponsored by Thuranda. None of that. I just it's a cool airplane I've had my eye on for a while, and I know some of my like-minded friends were interested. So before you go drop 20 bucks, that's what you're looking at. I would say, without a doubt, well worth it. Is it worth $45? Probably not. I think it was wise to wait for the sale. I mean, I don't think you're getting ripped off if you pay full price, but it's just something about that feels dirty, right? So it's good to pick it up at almost half price, and I think it's a very solid addition. I think it's going to do just about anything that you want. Yeah, man, let them know. Let them know. Toss them a bone, and yeah, they're a good company. They're a good outfit. I want to buy the other plane I'd like to get from them is their Cessna 152. That looks phenomenal. But for now, this is number 2. It won't be the last one that I get. And yeah, just got into MSFS, and then had to buy X-Plane 11 and about a dozen planes. Yeah, man, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So I think this would pair really nicely with the GTN 750 if you wanted it. But I also think it has the ability to. Let me see if I can get out of replay mode here. Get out of here. It has the ability to let you just fly completely radio navigation, which is what I love. As much as I do like the GTN 750, and I think it is the best autopilot navigational package, I much prefer to chase needles all day long. And this plane has that old school 6-pack. It has that old school feel. It has a really stable flight model. I think I like it after 2 flights. I think I like it already a little bit more than the Turbo Commander, but I'm kind of in a twin stage right now, so maybe that's why. So Rob, you've got that. Okay, cool. Yeah, and oh, you like the V-Flight Air 150 better, huh? Okay. Well, I just want it because I'm the cat lady of Cessna 150s, and it's the last one I don't own. So, but yeah, where am I going? Did I go past? Oh, there's my hangar right over there. I'm gonna go ahead and just back taxi on the runway. Thank goodness we don't have any ATC. Right here's where the Just Flight people are like, oh, that guy, he gave us a little promotion, man. That's pretty cool. And then they watch the stream and like, yeah, we don't want to have any ties to this idiot. But anyhow, I would say for sure, I would recommend it if you enjoy GA planes, and especially if you enjoy twin pistons. This is going to be one that's tough to beat, really top to bottom. So, hey, let's do this. What happens if we go? So we just drop some gauges out here. What happens? Yeah, so we've lost a little. Well, we didn't really. My hangar. Number 4. This is my favorite spot to spawn at Nantucket. Oh, I should have. It does have a ground handling thing. Need a new wheel. Yeah, dude, we talked about this already. I don't think there's going to be any fixing that bad boy. I think that truck is going to go to the old big garage in the sky. Let's see if we can flick something that matters here. Avionics bus. If that guy goes out, what do we lose? Nothing. About that guy. I want to break something. Well, I don't know. Maybe they just pop on and off. Gear indicator. Let's take that. Be a bad one to lose. Okay, well, so never mind. Apparently they don't really do anything. They just click on and off. So, okay, well, hey, you know what? So be it. I'll figure out either if that's true or not and let you know. But, good sound pack, I would say. Beautiful visually. Yeah, I don't know what else. You kind of have seen it for yourself. So maybe one of these days we'll be doing a little group flight with a bunch of Dutchesses, Dukes and Duchesses, and hey, Downwind Sim says hi, Gus. Augustus. Oh, sorry, you're doing a little car wash. Sorry. Go ahead. He's waving you in. I don't know if you can see that in the background, but his thing right now is car washes. So he'll be there like the guy, and he'll be waving you in, and then he'll give you a little stop or a little thumbs up. Oh boy, shut her down. Shut her down. Oh, I was gonna have you listen. There's the primer. That's cool. All right. Anything else you want to know, guys, or have you seen enough? Working in the car wash. Yeah. I told you we went to the store today and Rick James was playing and he was just singing about "Give it to me, baby" in the back seat. I'm like, oh no, his mom is gonna wonder. All right, but yeah, okay, cool, guys. Well, hey, that's gonna do it for this impromptu stream. Have an awesome night, and yeah, I hope you get a little time off over the holiday break. I'm gonna be taking 2 weeks, baby. So I may be on a little bit more often than normal because I won't have to get up at the nub of dawn there. So maybe we'll see you around. I'll let you know. Kenny, Rob, Downwind, Rescue Dog. Who else was here? Slan Alpha. Gosh, I'm gonna miss Good Fixins. How can I forget about you, Fixins? And anybody else? Dave Rendon was here also a while early on. Thanks, man. Good to see you guys. Have an awesome night. God bless.